Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Jacobs, and this bout was announced, I want to say this week, so we're bringing it to you. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. This is an 8-round cruiserweight bout. Paul is 26, Diaz is 37. Paul is 6'1", Diaz is 6 feet tall. They're both 185 for this fight. 76 reach for Paul, 76 reach for Diaz. 6 fights, 1 loss for Jake Paul. Nate Diaz is making his boxing debut. This is an 8-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 10-point scoring system. No mandatory count, 3 knockdown rule waived. And I'm just going to make sure that I have this on the right option. Okay, let's get right to this. Now, before people start giving me grief for why did I put this ahead of some of the boxing matches, I'm going to tell you why I did that. I have a few reasons for that. Number one, the next bout that I plan to do is on the 27th of May, and that is going to be Laura Wood. So my thing is, and then after that I have Berlanga Quigley, which that bout doesn't actually happen on 6/24. And then there's Usyk Dubois, and then Conlon Lopez is also on 5/27. So my point is, I have some time. If there was another bout that was coming up that was gonna be a bigger bout, I'd probably do it. But my thing is, Jake Paul has dedicated himself to this sport. Love him or hate him, he's done that. Do I think he's an amazing boxer? I do not, but I think what he's done is pretty damn amazing. And so my feeling is I'm going to give him, if he's fighting, and I mean he's fighting Nate Diaz. Like, Nate Diaz, say what you want about him, even though this is boxing, Nate Diaz has been a striker. I mean, he's been in there with some of the best UFC fighters in the world in striking, even though he's known for grappling, even though he's known for his ground game. Anyway, my feeling was, let's do this bout, let's get it. And it wasn't like I didn't do other bouts, and other bouts missed out because of this, according to my list. Now, my list can change. My list changes week by week. And, there are other fights I'd like to do. Some guy years ago, and I think I still have it, sent me a list of a ton of fights to do. And I would love to do them. But the problem is, there's a lot of current fights that need to be done. And I just can't justify to myself doing bouts that I would love to see. I'd love to see Julio Cesar Chavez take on Sugar Ray Leonard in the simulation. But this is where we are. And right now, both guys cautiously kind of fighting at long range, both laying leather on each other. I think Paul is probably winning, but we will see. Oh, and shots are being landed. Jake Paul is kind of exploding at the end of that first round. Let's see how this goes. All right, so one judge giving it to Paul, one judge giving it to Diaz, another judge having it even. So, Jake Paul, wow, Nate Diaz up. Nate Diaz up, folks. We'll see. Can Jake Paul, Jake Paul is behind. Oh, Jake Paul looking to counter Nate Diaz. That's the one thing, Jake Paul maybe not being as busy as he should be. And that's something that Huey Fury, that's something that Tommy Fury was able to kind of capitalize on. Oh, Tom and Jake Paul landing hard on the head of Nate Diaz. You gotta give him credit, man. Nate Diaz is a tough guy. Been in there with Jorge Masvidal, Conor McGregor, and now, like, Jake Paul's taking him on, and people are gonna diss him. Come on. All right. And then once again, one judge having it even, one judge giving it to Paul, one judge giving it to Diaz. Diaz is still up by 2 points, guys. This is now a 6-round fight. Jake Paul maybe want to let his hands go a little bit more because right now the experience of Nate Diaz is shining through. Paul kind of having to figure something out now as we move in to that portion of the fight. Oh, Jake Paul dropping Nate Diaz. Who would have thunk it, folks? Wow, did you see that? Jake Paul exploding in this round, dropping Nate Diaz. Folks, wow, that's all I can say. Oh, folks. And Paul dropping Diaz again. Wow, folks. That's all I can say. Wow. Kind of like what Conor McGregor did. And it looks like Jake Paul is going to do it in the 3rd round. Explodes and stops Nate Diaz. Wow. Jake Paul by knockout. The fight lasted 3 rounds. Paul was not knocked down. Diaz was knocked down 2 times. So as you see, Diaz ahead a little bit, 2019, even on one judge's scorecards, 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. If you like what you've seen, and how can you not with what we've just put up, please like, comment, and follow. Please share these links with your family and friends. We are just so thankful that you're watching. Let's get up to 300 subs. Thank you so much for tuning in. And at Boxing Time TV, our motto is, why wait? Watch it now, then watch the real thing when it airs, and compare. We'll see you next time.